Ah! Really hard to find a rhythm here, but once you do, it's awesome. This is an interesting race because it's clearly about tyre management. Whee. Yeah, I shouldn't look at comments in the braking zone, but I'm going to anyway. Oh cool, hi Kenneth. Good to see you. Thank you very much. We will get some podiums for sure. And it'd be interesting to see who else is in the lobby in the next one. But yeah. Let's restart this lap. Screw it. Amazing track, it really is. There's a tricky little flick that you need to get right into turn one. That's just my style. Some people will take turn one differently to the way I do it, but just as I come off the brakes, I flip it down into second gear, and the slight rear instability that gives, it just literally flicks the rear out a tiny bit, just enough to point the car around the corner a little bit more, and thus, yeah, get on the gas sooner and harder, because then you're not trying to turn as much and ultimately, you know, lose rear traction. I try and get it right on the next corner. You just look when I choose to change down into second, quite specific. And you know what, as a word of warning, just the mere act that I've said I'm going to try and do it, I'll probably fuck it up. But yeah, bear with me. Let's see. But hopefully you see the effect it has. It slightly turns the car in when you drop into second as you're coming off the brakes. Not too high revs, not so high that you lock the rear tyres, or you simulate it at least, because then you just, you know, you've lost the rear. You just need a cheeky little flick that you can control. If you can't control it, you know, at least 99 times out of 100 that you go around the lap, then it's not a viable technique really, is it? Because, you know, you're going to mess it up all the time. You need to be consistent. Yeah, good point. I think we should build it. I haven't actually checked what it is. I remember it was 69,000 second. There we go. There we go. Beautiful. Cool. Yeah, I think it was 69,000 last time I checked, but I could have built it a bit doing a couple of these dailies. Scruffy. Whoop, lost it. Whoop, lost it again. Good save though. What? 65,000. What? No, you've misspelt that, haven't you? I really love this sector. It's so difficult and technical, and you can actually kind of take slightly different lines to it. And it's interesting because when somebody's got a line that they choose, and you know, I use the line I take, you see how the time gap between the two drivers sort of changes and changes, and you don't really know who's gained overall until you go here on the pit straight, and then you see. Oh, I see what you're saying. I've never really thought about the mileage on the car. Does that matter or do anything? I don't know. You need to educate me. But 72,000 driver rating is better. But I really want to start getting up to 80,000. And I just need to stop making mistakes. Easier said than done, right? And that means in the FIA races. Daily races is quite easy to choose a track car combo you like. This is it. And then just get it right. Especially if you've only got maybe 10 people above you in terms of qualifying pace. Because not all 10 are going to be on at the same time. And sometimes a lot of top split drivers will set a fast time and time trial, but they'll never actually do any of the races. It's just like, yeah, check it out, look what I can do. Which is fair enough. Yeah, I have driven this bad boy a lot. It's great. And this isn't even necessarily the one that I've always used. I have 2 of these NSX Gr.2 cars. And I don't know how much mileage is on the other one. I'm wondering. I remember checking a game stat recently. So basically the total time I've ever spent actually driving on Gran Turismo, no matter what car or track or whatever. 52 days straight. And I still wouldn't actually... You know, wow, 52 days straight altogether. Damn. That's crazy to think about, isn't it? I remember someone trying to argue, oh yeah, you know, you waste like 2 weeks of your life sat on the toilet going for a dump. And I thought, how is that a waste? Those are some of the most blissful moments of a man's life. What are you talking about? That's not a waste. And now with phones like they are today, like, it's great. Terrible Coyote, don't know who he is, never raced him before to my knowledge, and although he's banged in an incredible lap, can he actually sustain a fast race pace? That's the interesting thing, because time trial you can basically be like rubbish lap, rubbish lap, rubbish lap, rubbish lap, glory lap, rubbish lap, and you know, they can't necessarily get that close, but we'll see. He could be a really strong driver, we're about to find out, and it'll be bloody hard to overtake, as per usual, but we're going to give it a good go. So the goal is P2 or P1, not anything else. Jesus, that's a lot of laps. I mean, I wouldn't complain about doing 1,600 laps in that car around Suzuka, to be honest. That would be glory, especially in real life. But you do need to take a break, you know. Wait, 1,800, I misread it. Oh, that's crazy. That's properly crazy. But yeah, I'm doing 2 of these daily races for fun and driver rating and just overtaking practice in dirty air. And then I'm finishing the stream. So this is race 1 of 2. So let's have a good result. He's an A+ driver. I've found out recently that anyone under the age of 18 can no longer have an S rank driver rating, and that means they can no longer compete in the top 16, even if they are in the top 10 of the championship, which is interesting. So you might be, what, 20th in the standings, but once you get rid of all the people that are under 18, you know, you might actually be 12th. Who knows? I don't know how many people are that old or young or whatever. I know, of course, Will Murdoch and PR1 Josette, well, both PR1 drivers, they are, yeah, I'm going to bump him off of that, because it's lobby anyway, so yeah, screw it. Lol, anyway. But yeah, so they can't actually get through to the top 16, even if they are in the top 16 points-wise. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, some could argue, oh, well, they're stealing our points because they're not actually old enough, and it's like, yeah, but they're good enough, aren't they? And you want to race the best, don't you? You don't want to get rid of some of the best and win that way, like, oh, look at me. You'd rather beat them. So I've got mixed feelings on that one. Right. Which time? Are we going to get in front? Don't know, we'll see. I might need a lap or two to get into it, but yeah, try and do this thing. Okay, go. Erring on the side of caution into turn 1. Tyres are still cold. Still cold. Bollocks, come on. This is going to be very hard, like really hard. I have to look after my tyres better than he does and mount an attack towards the end. That's the only chance I've got. Because he's got strong pace. And I have to be... Hold that thought. at least 6/10 of a lap faster than him. My best clear air lap in here is 1:38 dead. He's got a 1:38.3. And so, yeah, 3/10. So it's going to be really, really hard. The dirty air is just too strong. If you're a similar pace, it's just stupid. Twat. Now we're out of dirty air, we'll quickly pull into 1.4 seconds again and then just hit that wall. Horrible. We are faster than him, I can feel it. Rubbish lap. I'm not getting it together. Come on, dickhead. Come on! Oh, for God's sake. I'm just making so many tiny, stupid beginner-style mistakes. Idiots. How annoying! The most annoying thing when you know you're faster. So annoying. Yeah, when someone matches your pace and you spend about 5 laps in dirty air and they look after their tyres well, you're going to wear your tyres out more than them. It's impossible not to. On equal terms, and we're pretty equal. But his tyres are fresher than mine, 100%. The only real way we're going to beat him if he doesn't make a mistake is we have to out-qualify him. So that's what we're going to do in between this race and the next, to just try and get a better qualifying time. The dirty air is too strong, like the slipstream. It's just slightly too strong. I think dirty air should only kick in within a second, not 1.4. And also, I don't think it should be quite as strong. It shouldn't take, they shouldn't make it take like 6 to 8 tenths of a second a lap faster in order to barely overtake them. They should make it more like 1/4 to 4 tenths of a second max. Otherwise it's just annoying when you're on a reasonable level. It's just like, it's impossible. let's say you are Wong Baguette and TOL MH16, you know, two guys that are unbelievably good, they're very, very similar ability levels. But asking either of them to be 6/10 faster than each other is stupid. It's insane. It's like, how the hell are you supposed to do that? You know? If it's a race where you've got different tyre compounds, strategies, fuel, it opens the door. But when it's just a sprint race, I cannot imagine either of them getting in front of the other unless they out-qualify each other. Which is a bit like, oh, for God's sake. And since you can keep them at 1.4 seconds, the pressure's not too high. You just make sure you don't mess up. You know? Make sure you're not 4/10 slower a lap. And for guys of that calibre, it's like, okay, easy. You know? So yeah, let's try and get a good qualifying time in. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult. And am I going to do it in 2-3 laps? Big ass, but we'll try. We'll definitely try. And I found my rhythm a bit more now. Didn't have my rhythm before. Hey boyos, hey Francis and WDP, very good. I hope you are well too. Go. We need to get a bit of time. Yeah, good, thank you. Glad to hear you well. Apart from the old case of Betty Swallocks, as you do when you're sim racing when it's hot. Damn it. You see my Optimo's at 36 dead. It was better than that before actually, but yeah, we can do it. not good enough, I can feel it. God. We're gonna have another go at the... We're gonna have another go at a hot lap after the next race and see if we can trim it down, but yeah, we're run out of time unfortunately. Depends if he's in the next race, but yeah. I absolutely detest losing, I hate it. Not in a negative way. But I really hate losing. Let's be honest. Can't stand it. Perfect donut. Awesome. Okay. No, we're top. Watch his chops is not doing another one. Shame. I wanted to try and beat him. I knew it would be very difficult, but I still like to try and beat people. Nah. So yeah, we do this race. And yeah. I'm tempted to let P2 and P3 through and try and beat them because I think that would be more entertaining and I don't mind doing it. Yeah. Why not? Make the race more interesting. I don't really like doing daily, so I can just lead from the front, lead from the front, lead from the front. It's boring. I like to actually race and practice the stuff that makes you sweat, puts you under pressure. Because if you can't handle shit under pressure, then you're not, I mean, it doesn't really work, does it? Interesting place. I would have gone out the inside. Really weird using this view. That is so weird. Ah! That is weird. No thank you. I know some people use it and they're amazing with it and it's just like, how? This is the view I'm fastest with. I cry. So we will accidentally let P2 and P3 through and then try and get back in front of them. Make it more interesting. Because when somebody is 0.6 of a second a lap slower than you or more and you're trying to overtake them at a track like this with cars like this, it becomes very level. So it becomes a nice challenge, it becomes a really good one. And although you can feel the dirty air, it doesn't feel so impossible. It feels like you are very evenly matched. And I like racing like that. Way more fun. There is a risk of big lag from P2 with that connection there. Let's go back to normal. Good. Cool, let's race. Whoops. Oh well. carnage going on behind us. Very argy-bargy when you get into these daily races and you've got the ANS drivers properly argy-bargy. Because everybody's like, oh no, dirty air. So what I'll do is it justifies me sending it up the inside and just ramming everyone out of the way. Yeah, that's fair. And it's not really, is it? But it's actually better to take that corner with a tighter line. You get less, it doesn't slide as much. But it looks like you shouldn't take the tighter line, but it's actually better. P1's pace is the one that's actually quite weak. P2 is a little bit stronger. What? Nah, Andreas is overcooking it a little bit. First half of the lap he was strong, the rest of it he kind of dropped the ball a bit. So we're going to see if we can sucker him out. Didn't work. Whoops, little bump. We can smell what he had for dinner last night now. Probably grizzly bear. Whee! Sweet. Okay. P1 settled into a better rhythm, as you can see. So we're going to try and pressure him into making mistakes. So yeah, take a tighter line, light brakes, works better, less slide, safety tyres, and it's faster. Everyone feels like they need to get far over to the left as possible and come in that way. Yeah. Bugger. Didn't get that right at all. Come on. I'm not feeling it very much today. I thought I'd be honest straight away. I'm really not. I'm talking about the precision. Getting closer. Bastard! Friggin' oversteer. is my opportunity. Oh, you did! I appreciate that. I would have carried on personally, and I wouldn't have really blamed him for doing it. Just a little bit of contact, he didn't mean to. But I appreciate it. Wow, that was hard. Really hard. Because he basically just didn't let the pressure get to him too much, except on the exit of turn 1 just now. That's where he made his main mistake. Don't know, I've not raced him before, but pretty solid race pace. Not necessarily shit hot 1 lap pace, but consistent and doesn't crack too easily under pressure. Because I was all over him and he wasn't doing anything erratic, he kept his head cool. So yeah, really impressed by that. But I've not raced him. I imagine he's maybe in split 3 regularly, I don't know. But yeah, yo, this man, what's up? Good to see you. But yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Ah, sweaty hands. That was really hard. I feel like it's come away from me a bit. Like the races I did earlier in the week from Monday, I was just straight in there, boom. But now I just feel like it's come away with me. You know when you peak too early in a way, and then it's hard to sustain that peak? Or you're trying to find something more and you end up sort of basically thinking about it too much and it just comes away from you. So easy to do. But big respect to P2 for basically giving up the place because of a little bit of side contact. I appreciate it. We kept it really nice and tidy the whole race, which was really enjoyable. 62,000, so yeah, split 3, split 4, that kind of region. He's got a good racecraft from what I'm seeing. Like, he doesn't crack under pressure, keeps it tidy, he didn't screw his tyres too much. But yeah. That was a really tough race, trying to get in front. Did a 52. 1952, I'd imagine so. The NSX is faster if you can manage it. Always the goal. Always the goal to keep it clean. You don't always get it right. You know, I don't friggin' get it right all the time. I get it wrong a lot. But I try to keep it clean. But I can't remember what my best time was with the NSX. I can't remember. I'll have a look. I might have, I'm pretty sure I did a live stream. And I didn't sort of drop back and try to, you know, race people. I just went flat out. And the best time I got was a 1949. So that's the best race time I've had so far. And that was just clear air, flat out. Yeah, well, the lobby overall wasn't very strong. The vast majority of the room, like 15, 16 drivers, were A-rated drivers. And then there was maybe 2 or 3 A+. There wasn't any SS, so yeah. You can win a race, but if the driver rating of everybody else in the room is relatively lower, then it's not really going to make much of a pump. But if you win a race and, you know, it's full of other guys with strong driver ratings, then it's a much bigger pump, much bigger kick. So yeah, that's what it's all about. That was fun. Right, we'll try and, you know, improve our 1 lap pace before I basically, yeah. DR is better in race 3. Okay. Do you know what I hate though? Is it's got the Peugeot RCZ. I absolutely loathe using that car and I refuse to use it. But to be honest, I think, yeah, exactly, you can do more races in 1 hour. Exactly right, this man. So yeah, that makes sense. And yeah, I think lost my thought for some magical reason. Maybe because someone I live with grabbing me by the face and rubbing their face in mine for some stupid reason. I think she's called my girlfriend, something like that. What was I saying? Yeah, I hate the Peugeot. I absolutely hate it, and I refuse to use it. It's not fun. And I think the Peugeot balance of performance, it's more like a Group 3.5. That's what I'd call the Peugeot RCZ right now. It's a GR 3.5. Stupidly quick in a straight line. Even when I was in the Dodge... Possibly. No, she hasn't done that yet, disappointingly. I don't know why not. I mean, you know, maybe we need to have a word with her about it. No, I just, yeah, even when I was behind the Peugeot in the Dodge, the Peugeot just kept pulling away, even though I was in slipstream. What the hell are you supposed to do with that? You know? What do you do? It's impossible. So yeah, I was like, nope, and I just hate using front wheel drive cars, I really do. Hate it. You get that power understeer. Ugh, horrible. I like power oversteer. Like, yeah, it slows you down in the same way, but it's much sexier. You know? Feels good. Right, let's see and try and get this lap time improved. I'll give myself 10 minutes tops. Nah. For groceries. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't even drive an FF car to the grocery store, to be completely honest with you. The only reason that would be happening is because I'm in some sort of financial ruin and I have to buy some £200 piece of crap where, you know, one of the headlights is hanging out of its socket. And since I'm not in that position, I'm not going to drive a front wheel drive car. The only exception I would make is for a 205 1.9 GTI. I used to have one, 1999 G-Reg, and I had the black one with the red stripe down the side, and it was fantastic. But having said that, I secretly wished it was a rear-wheel drive car. I think it would be unbelievable as a rear-wheel drive car, because that car gives you lift-off oversteer like you would not believe. Because it's basically made like a Coke can. You know, if you crash the thing, it just crushes. So it's obviously pretty dangerous. But if you get that lift-off oversteer, control it with rear-wheel drive power, whoa, that would be unbelievably fun. It really would. Sliding. Ugh. Damn it! Ah! Messed up the final sector. It's got to be absolutely perfect. Which it wasn't. God damn it. I'm only going to do one more lap because I can feel like I'm just not getting it. Let me have a look at the session best. Yeah, I haven't even really got anywhere near it in terms of best sector time, so I'm doing one more lap, but I'm not really... Yeah, I know what it is, I can't put my finger on it. It's a state of mind you achieve where you just go and find those extra couple of cents, and sometimes that seems to happen in the first few laps because you're not overthinking or forcing anything, you know? You got to make it as automatic and subconscious as possible in a way. Zen mode, basically. Yeah, I mean, I'll try one more if I got that close. Nah, it's gone. Oh well, never mind. I mean, our best sector time is a little bit better. We nearly beat our current lap, but to get a 1:36 dead. Now, when I was trying to do it on Monday, I've got my hot lap practice saved somewhere. My optimum was getting into 1:35.8 or 9, I think, something like that. Or at least I knew I could do it. But nah, there's just that little extra. I don't know where it is. So never mind. Maybe another day it'll come back to me. Anyway, thanks for watching the stream. I might be back on in a few hours to practice once more for Interlagos this Saturday, sorry. So yeah, tune in later and yeah, I'll see you soon.